Green light. Here we go. Going to do Aupre de Mont Blanc. All right, so let's see. This is working. Let's see. Let me go. Let's see. I need to use the other computer. I've gotten myself locked out of my own website. And so let me go post the web link over on our page. This one's logged in. And the other one is not. So let me go post the link that way, and we'll get everybody in here. Should take just a jiffy. I am sort of amazed at how the slightest change in technology program, and all of a sudden I am a mess. I need to use the other computer. Okay. I've gotten myself. Stop! Don't talk to myself. That's will make you crazy. Copy. Let me post it on this page. Thank goodness I'm still logged in on this computer. Scroll down to the French stuff. Today is this. Click Command V. Shift. Link. Enter. Edit. Settings. Open a new window. Update and update. Okay, so now theoretically, we are posted on the website. Let me double check that it's working. And today we're studying Aupre de Mont Blanc, which, if you've heard it at all ever, you heard it as an Elvis song, or you're from France. This is not a song that you hear in America very often. And all right, this is opening up just fine. And close that down. All right, so there we go. So now I go to put this to sleep, and then, hi everybody. All right, I know it's a little weird to be like, all right, we're gonna shut this one down and start a new stream, but I think it'll be better if you have to go in and use the archives. It'll all be one link for whatever you're looking for, right? Instead of one link for three things in a row, and that's always confusing. So let's be patient as I figure out all of the crazy things that we're going to be doing here. Aupre de Mont Blanc. We worked on this. I had never really heard this song at all, but I had seen it on YouTube for something or other, and then I learned that Elvis took the tune and changed the words up and made it a rascal song, and so that's what you have here. All of those lyrics on there, right? Go ahead and memorize all those, and it goes on and on. But let's play, see how we do on this. Laurel's in today. Is it cooler? It is not cooler there. I'm in the old church down here off of Grant Street because I'm doing I was planning on having the guitar orchestra down here tonight, but the Wi-Fi is iffy right now. We're doing fine at the moment, and I thought I'm not having them come down and then not have the Wi-Fi working. So right at the moment it's working perfectly, but I went ahead and canceled with them tonight. So you guys are actually the guinea pig, and I'm learning all sorts of things that I gotta do better. But basically what I'm supposed to be, for those guys that are supposed to be here tonight, and then I'm supposed to go 1, 2, 3, 4, da dun da 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 dum. That's what was supposed to be happening, and yeah. So make sure you let me know about the sound. I'm only using a single microphone, and it's designed to pick up the entire environment. So you probably are hearing some echo in the room. This is an old sanctuary of an old Methodist church. It's just a community center now. But the cool part about this is where the preacher is supposed to stand, right? And there's a balcony way back in there. And if I stand here and play a ukulele, not particularly loud, you can hear me plain as day all the way back there. The acoustics in this room are crazy beautiful. And so while on the microphone it probably just sounds like an echo, in here I sound like a rock star. And so, so I'm absolutely delighted you're here for my debut album, Aupre de Mont Blanc, on a $100 ukulele, and it's going to be great. Let's see. Laurel, thanks for being here. No, it's not cooler down here. Title is right this time, I know, but I don't have the picture right because I don't have them in this particular computer, so I still have work to do, Lynn. Thank you for helping me on that. Vic says, the sound is good. You're going to miss Wednesday. What? Not approved. Call him, whatever you were going to do, tell him you can't do it because Gary won't let you out of class, or he'll give you an F. Jan is in. Howdy, Jan. How's Charlie doing today? Here. Toasty Lakewood. Yeah, your sound is good so far, right? So far. We'll see once once I start playing. Sandy's in 66 degrees in northern Michigan. That sounds about right? So northern Michigan is doing it right today. Michelle, 68 and sunny there in Rockaway Beach. That sounds pretty good too. Boy, that sounds super nice. I played the MP3, haven't heard the song before. Yeah, the one of the things you might want to do after we're done here, go type it in as Elvis. Just type in Elvis, Aupre de Mont Blanc. I can't remember what he called the song, but he loves only one girl, a girl in every town, and he's only got one girlfriend, just one girlfriend in every town. And go listen to him do it. It's super funny. And of course, typical Elvis. He's got little girls and scantily clad girls dancing around, and not scantily clad by modern standards, but certainly scantily clad by the standards of the late 50s, right? So that is a fun video to go find. I am AWOL on Thursday. What? We are forming a Hug Hawaiian ukulele. Yay, how exciting. 6 or 7 have interested, so we're going for it. That's exciting, right? Hawaiian ukulele group. One of the things I find with Hawaiian tunes is when you study the real Hawaiian tunes, I don't want to say this in a disrespectful way, but I'm not positive. It's a little bit like I don't think I get it, right? It's beautiful music, but it all starts sounding roughly the same to me after a while, and that's just because I don't understand it deeply enough. But I know my second in command in the orchestra, she's like, I like Hawaiian music, but I don't like any of that fake Hawaiian music. Tiny bubbles. I bet you she said that sentence 100 times to me. I don't mind doing Hawaiian music, but we're not going to do tiny bubbles. Which of course, the first song I arranged was Tiny Bubbles then. Ronnie's in from New Mexico, 97 degrees, pretty toasty down there as well. Like the new venue. Isn't it pretty? I wish I could show you the whole thing. I probably could. Let me just give you a brief video, because some of you haven't been here before. I got my coffee. That's the main thing. I'm going to spill it. Let me pull this up here. So the venue, there's this giant, let's see, I'm going to get my head out of the way. Back behind me, you can see the balcony, and there's a beautiful stained glass window there. And then all along this side of the building, and you're not going to be able to see them very well, but there's more stained glass over there, and everything's in wood here. This old-fashioned, like, the kind of wood people would pay serious money for. Yeah, they've had to take out a few of the I want to say bleachers, pews here in the front row, because for ADA seating up here in front, and they're not. And people are like, "What are you going to do with those pews?" Because they want the wood, And so it's really a beautiful, beautiful place. It doesn't get. And it hardly ever gets used for church services anymore. And so once in a while, the big guy from the Methodist Church, I don't know if he's a bishop or what he is, comes by and gives a sermon here. And on those days, there'll be 30, 40 people in here, and I like to go listen, because he's usually pretty cool. He says cool stuff. That's the only time I'm interested. But mostly we use this for concerts and stuff, and so it's actually really fun. We've had 80 ukulele players sitting, behind where you guys are seeing up here on the stage, and it takes the whole entire area here to fit everybody in, and we actually fill this place up with amazing sound. It's really fun. And then so it's a really fun place. The guitar group practices here, and we have a really nice, they're not super loud, and there's only 18 of them or so, and only, that's a pretty big group, but they just fill this room up just right, and it's just so pleasant to come listen to them play here. Diane's in with her baritone, and let's see. Okay, now, let's get this thing out of here. Okay, Aupre de Mont Blanc, F chord, D minors. Okay, you already know it's going to be good. A minors and F chords. Okay, down a major 17, you got your D chord. Okay, now something's happening at the song there, right? Picking it up, okay? And then G minor is in there also. Isn't that a beautiful chord? That's one of my favorite chords on ukulele. You got a C chord hanging out, measure 21. Okay. And I think that's it. Okay, so you know the middle part of that song is going to be a little brighter than the rest of the song, just because they're so minor heavy in the beginning there, and then when those D's and C's show up, is like brightens the overall tonality a little bit. Hey Q. So let's play the melody real quick so we can get where we know what we're doing here. It's in 3/8. The way I think of 3/8 is the same as 3/4. There's 3 beats in every measure. It's just that the 8th note, it counts as 1 instead of a quarter note. Okay, so from the top, just the melody. 1, 2, 3. I'm sorry, it's a 2-beat count-in. 1, 2. Melody. You know, they just don't write melodies like that anymore. Because, you know, people think, unfortunately, I believe, that I got to get my foot pedal. I didn't get it out, and I didn't realize we're going to be turning pages, people. These days when you listen to music, there's not a ton of melody in it because they're really focused in on rhythm and on orchestrations and all this fancy stuff you can make, all of the music you can make with a Macintosh, which is lovely and fun, but you just don't get solid melodies that way. And if you want Gary's advice to writing better music, just write it on a piano. Because when you're writing on a piano, your tendency is not to hit the same note over and over again. When you're writing on guitar, it's exactly, your tendency is to sing the same note over and over and over, change the chord, and then sing a different note over and over. But when you're on a piano, you don't do that. You would never think of hitting 8 C's in a row, but it's very normal. And so when you see these old-fashioned tunes, a lot of times they have better melodies in them because they're fun to sing and all that, but they also have a lot of movement in the overall tone of the song. So then let's run through the tough uke. It shouldn't take but just a jiffy to figure this one out, and then I think you'll have a really pleasant tune to start digging in with a couple of bringing your toolbox into. So let's go from the top, give it a try, see what we come up with. 1, 2. Bar chord, G minor, back and do it one more time. Grab your claw. So isn't that a pretty little melody? Just a cute melody, okay? And Elvis's version, oh, I love only one girl, the girl that's in my arm. Oh, in Paris, let's see. Oh, I love only one girl, the girl that's in my arms. And then what is it? In Paris it is somebody. It is me. I can't read my own writing. Me. And when the moon is bright, I love to take her walking. Along the sand at night. I love only one girl, the girl that's in my arms. I love only one girl, the girl in every town. And so Elvis goes through and does, the easiest cliches, right? One girl's in Paris, and her name's Mimi, and they walk along the moonlight against the river. And then he's got one from Germany that's really strong, and an Italian girl who likes to feed him pasta, right? So we're not working super hard on being a depth of thought here, but it does. It's kind of funny. But the reason I just switched to your claw that second time through was, think about this way. If you do your claw, you get a chance to put in extra notes. Okay, so for those of you guys that are thinking about fingerstyle and decorative, you're trying to get a note on every eighth note, you would be thinking about. See what I'm up to there, right? Everywhere where there's a missing eighth note, I'm just filling it in either with my index finger or my middle finger or my ring finger or something, right? If I had a baritone, I might be using my thumb on that top string to get that to go that direction. So be thinking about a song like this where the melody's beautiful, it's going to hold up on its own, and it gives you a chance to go after your claw. This is something that we tend to avoid just a little bit because it's harder to play it that way. But what it really gives you the chance to do is, oh my gosh, I can play really, really pretty extra notes in there without that much extra work. I don't have to make any adjustment on my hand shape to squeeze in those extra notes, and it's going to be cool. All right, let's go grab Aupre de ma blonde for baritone. Aupre de ma blonde, baritone. Okay, now ukulele players. Most of you are ukulele players, right? A few of you are baritone players. You're going to play along with me. Same exact everything for baritone, different key. Ukulele players, you got to know your chords. Okay, probably know your C chord. Yay. Okay, probably know your A minor chord. Okay, E minor. Most of you know it, right? Index, middle, and ring, right there. Okay. Those should be part of your things you know. And then down at the bottom, measure 17, you got the A chord. Okay, baritone looks like a D. It'll mess you up if you don't make yourself a note. D minor, we just did that in the song a minute ago. Okay, looks a little like a baritone D minor, but it's not. Baritone's D minor looks like our G minor, right? Our ukulele G minor. And then, of course, G chord. Baritones are lucky that their G chord's easy. Your G chord is hard. And those are your chords, okay? Now, when we're playing in 3, you're thinking, all right, Gary's probably going to do strumming one time and plucking one time, because that's what he always does, right? So you're thinking of doing the opposite of that. If I'm strumming, you're plucking, and if I'm plucking, you're strumming. Right? Just to create a different texture. And that's something I want you to work on. Ukulele's getting together with a bunch of guys to do some Hawaiian music. If they're all doing exactly the same thing, they sound like every other ukulele band, right? Somewhere over the rainbow, how many times have you seen that video? 1,000, right? I have. And the entire group, they're having a blast. There's a great amount of fun. It's super cool. And that's a tremendously social musical activity. Really fun to do. But when you get together with a smaller group, you're like, let's be a little bit more sophisticated than that. You play it this way, I'll play it this other way, and John, he always plays everything a certain way, right? And so we'll get everybody together, and everybody's kind of playing something a little bit different, and it comes out as being a very complex and very sophisticated way of making music, and super fun. All right. Everybody's all excited about Hawaiian songs. Let's play this. I'm going to strum it the first time. You do what you need to do. Baritone players, you know what to do. I'm going to pluck it the second time through. 1, 2. It's a 2-beat counting. 1, 2. Switch to plucking. Go. Isn't that pretty? That's a good song. So, big takeaway on this one, I would say, is you got a simple song-ish, simple-ish song. Bring your toolbox. Figure out how to make it into a less than simple song. Get a friend, right? Here, you play the chords, I'll play the melody. If you're playing solo, add some extra decorative notes in there at every eighth note so that every single eighth note has something in there. We could write that out, but you can also figure it out just by holding on to your chord and trying plucking a couple of things in between the notes. You got lots of opportunity to add decorative notes in there that I didn't write in there, and I think it will actually benefit the song quite a bit. Take time to look through. Go seriously after class. Go listen to the Elvis version. You'll watch it and you'll be like, that's ridiculous. And so that's it. Elvis is my mom's favorite guy, so I don't run him down too much. But when you watch that song, you're like, really? That seems a little rascally there, Elvis. All right. So as usual, I'm going to shut this stream down. I'm going to go set a new stream, and then we're going to do the 5 o'clock class. I'm already 2 minutes late. So if you are logged into if you are subscribed to YouTube and you're logged in, you just hit refresh, and this page will tell you when I'm live again. And if you're not, then you got to go back over to Jolly Roger and get the link. And it takes me just a second to post it because for some reason this computer doesn't let me put in. I must have changed the password yet again or something. I don't know what I did. Anyway, I'm having to use 2 computers to get the password in, and it's all a mess, you guys. So give me just a minute or 2 to log out and then log back in. You'll grab the new link, and we will be digging into Red Wine, the final version that Lynn accurately points out. I still didn't get Heart put in there, but I do think it is as final as it's going to get, it with that one exception. So go make sure you got that up, and I'll be back in 2 minutes. Okay. Oh yeah, and hit the thumbs up. All right. Ending this stream and moving on to the next thing.